But I haven't seen it. You thought it was over. You bragging ignorance. You lack the vision from sacrilegious. I feel my ratchets. You ever offended my clearly crafted mission with crass intentions. You may have given them credit, so you can say now. This ain't the end, and you might as well go and lay down. Make way to witness the heights are going, I'm fade out. You pray for distance with guys like me, it's too late now. Preparation beats opportunity, no? Being great, that's ambiguity, no? Too much at stake for your foolery, is it though? Keep on hating, it's fuel to me, did you know? What have I done? What are my motives? What am I thinking? What do you think? What's to be done? Who needs a motive? I won't be defeated. They don't want to see it, don't want to believe it, but no one will stop to the most uneven. I'm close to achieving my goals, I'm needing to show them everything that I believe in. I ain't here to fight, Bill. I got everything to lose. Cheat codes and flatter, but I don't need those. I ain't playing by the rules. I ain't playing with you. Show you what these hands are doing. I ain't playing with you. Keep playing, I'ma show you what these hands are doing. Hold up. Beautiful tragedies happen, one for the evening. No umbrella can shelter the way I storm on your weed. I'm not interested, I wanna form an allegiance. I'm simply captivated on how you more my achievements. One screw away from feeling I'm gonna lose it. So who's to blame if I cultivated a movement? Stupid claims I'm a lunatic and I'm clueless, but you'll rule the day when I'm doing this for amusement. Preparation is opportunity, yes. Being great is ambiguity, yes. Too much at stake for your foolery, this a test. Keep on hating, it's fuel to me, I ain't stressed. You gonna stop me? Well, ain't that so? Ain't nothing gonna block me from the pain I know. You have no other choice but to watch me with the flames I grow. You probably think that I'm ungodly, but I ain't that though. But I ain't here to fight, Bill. I got everything to lose. Cheat codes and flatter, but I don't need those. I ain't playing by the rules. I ain't playing with you. Show you what these hands are doing. I ain't playing with you. Keep playing, I'ma show you what these hands are doing. We ain't even. They ain't submit when you daydreaming. Came needing to eat, I ain't eating in 8 weeks. And my mouth's watering like I stay teething. You can't reason with the animal that's loose in my brain's tweaking. You don't really know me. If you think you do get amnesia, got a problem, I'm subtracting you like a man teacher. I'm that lethal like a threat to a mass preacher. I send you up to Christ if you cross me and act evil. Preparation means opportunity, maybe. Being great is ambiguity, baby. Too much at stake for your foolery, ain't it crazy? Keep on hating, it's fuel to me, you won't faze me. You ain't really hard like you imagining. Bragging about being toxic, but you ain't really that hazardous. Rap God, if you don't believe in me, then it's blasphemous. Everything that you are is an acronym to my adjectives. But I ain't here to fight, Bill. I got everything to lose. Cheat codes and flatter, but I don't need those. I ain't playing by the rules. I ain't playing with you. Show you what these hands are doing. I ain't playing with you. Keep playing, I'ma show you what these hands are doing.
I heard they got that nickname generator. We finna see what's.
Hey, I'm going. Don't shoot, I'm too cute. But look, I ain't gay Marvin. Shaking hand, be the friend. Sorry, brother. I know I'm talking to that like baby. I know it's dark. I'm dark. I definitely don't want to. Can I ask you one quick question? I got nobody. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't talking to nobody. That's why we coming to see my armor truck. That's what I'm doing. I just gotta ask you a question. Oh, hey, he said the glass is half empty, half full before you give me to go to booth. But who does this the most? The kids or pets?
That's just you, bro. That's just you, bro. That's just you.
Now, you ever seen something that prevents fingerprints besides cutting people's fingers off?
Nah, man.
I ain't talking about Edward Scissorhands with wax on, wax off like Mr. Miyagi. Remember the Karate Kid? So they said the water out here was harder to raise a kid. Now listen, you have something that's no kid, well, you probably practice every chance you get, right?
Nah, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, you can keep it a secret like the story. Look, no fingerprints. That's how OJ got away the first time, right? You might be like, oh, well, I mean, even on black, it ain't black magic. But look, the same product, you see this stuff right here? I thought you ran over some black people. The same stuff, you spray this on here like soap. Now, don't lay out too hard, and they don't see this chocolate fish over in the car, okay? But look, that's whiter than Sammy Sosa in the snowstorm. Look, feel it. You say that's smoother than frog first?
Oh yeah, that's real smooth.
Cool. It's called Pink Miracle. If you have
all these heads are gonna roll.
Even when I'm down bad, yeah, I know how to bounce back. Cause you know I got her. And she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. Still got her. Still got her. Cause it's on this old train line, I'ma get it done. Now I got the party jumping like it's double dutch. Then we spun the block, came back, double up like, ooh, I got her. And yeah, met her uptown, but she from the borough, better known as the boogie down. All sucky now, get up out the kitchen, man, I'm cooking now. Brother man, slip me skin, suck it to me, and they gotta shut their mouth when they talking to me. I look around, it's a whole lot of flexing mamas, but I hit the highs, man, don't want the drama. Hey, peace and love, baby, keep it groovy. Every time we pop out, you know it's a movie. If I'm in hot water, then it's a jacuzzi. I gotta shake, so I'm throwing deuces. I gotta, even when I'm down bad, yeah, I know how to bounce back, cause you know I got her. And she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. Still got her. Still got her. Hey, you must be new in here. You see these grown people talking, what you doing here? I gotta have a mind and hit you with a could you get up off the wall, go on, get it moving here. Yeah, I'm just catching the vibe. I told the valet, take your time, it might get a ride. I'm floating through the front door, my modest attire. And good Lord, mama, you know you looking divine. I had to turn around, double take a look at that. Girl, you got good taste, where you cook it at? You can mingle with the cool kids. I'm out here sweating like a preacher in a pool pit. Even when I'm down bad, I know how to bounce back. You know I got her. And she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, and even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. I know I got her. I know I got her. Even when I'm down bad, yeah, I know how to bounce back. Cause you know I got her. And she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. Still got her. Still got her.
Stand up. Do the he say, she say, getting no delay. Run it like relay, bro. You ain't got it like this. In my part, see straight, big fur jacket from eBay, looking timeless. I gotta let my skin fade marinate. We gotta toast up, celebrate. Everyone scream next up, but I'm the number one candidate. Captain's armband, I'm making key plays when I'm doing shows.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, our new season begins with an NFC South matchup, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19
Throwing first play is Ritter. And his first pass is incomplete. So our game here, one of 8 games in total on this opening weekend that is a divisional matchup. And listen, you look at this NFC South, new coach and quarterback on the other sideline for Carolina, new quarterback in New Orleans, new QB in Tampa. All of a sudden, Desmond Ritter, Charles, is the lone established veteran quarterback in the division.
I like how you said established there. I think in the elastic sense of the word, he's the established veteran. But he is the guy that returns to his team from last year and is leading them. This division is going to be wide open.
Ritter back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. He's across midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Ritter will set up to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Koo knocks this one through the post. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
They go play action with Hurts. That'll be caught right side. Chenault with it. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
One down, only about 500 more to go this season. He would certainly welcome most of his passes this year going as well as that. Now that the first one is over, time to settle into a groove and begin the long journey towards Week 18 and hopefully the playoffs.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Finds his man on the out route. It's Chenault. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
First down carry by Sanders. Well defensed as they'll hold him to just a couple. 2nd down coming up. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Open man. That's Devontae Smith. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty, because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Throwing is Hurts. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Meanwhile, Ritter's throw complete to Hollins. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
The Ritter's throw into the hands of Pitts here. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. Ritter. He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Now this throw caught left side. Nothing after one on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Hurts to throw. Flush to his right. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Line of scrimmage, the 9. 2nd and about a yard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Being chased out left. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
And partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Sanders is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot of procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But 2 kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't. I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coach to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more...
His early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Isabella now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week one. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Ritter. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short pass.
There he goes, left side. He's going to have the first down and then some. Touchdown, Falcons. Bijan Robinson with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Falcons have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of campering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis in his first half of action. Now Hurts going to shift him around a bit. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
2nd down at 6 now from the 42. Hurts sets up to throw it. It's caught on the right side at Smith. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
And especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Option play. Here's Robinson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. That's going to be caught downfield by Miller. And down to the 20 will go before heading out of bounds. A gain of 32 that time. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up even more big plays.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. Robinson is into the end zone. It's a Falcons touchdown. Koo now for the point after. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Lets it fly for Thielen. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report.
Plenty of adjustments
Coach.
after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Play action. Here's Hurts. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Ritter off to play fake. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. Option left, and Ritter keeps it. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Out of the gun, here's Ritter. His throw incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Sliding out of the pocket. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. On play action, here's Ritter. They'll roll him out right. That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Back to throw here. It's caught. Smith. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Grady Jarrett in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This will be fielded at the 17. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm not almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man. It's London. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
He's going to air one out. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Looking to throw once more. Here's Ritter. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Ritter and the Falcons need an answer and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack. Back to throw. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. Touchdown, Falcons! Kyle Pitts, 54 yards. And the Falcons are looking good here in the season openers. They're able to extend their lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook, not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles, if they're going to try to pull off it. Hurts fumbles it, and the Falcons grab it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. He was having success there holding on to it on the option, but ultimately problems downfield, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and this is a tough one because you know you'd prefer to have your quarterback either heading to the sidelines or getting down at the end of the play. But you got an aggressive one. He's fighting for...
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson now with his third touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And the Falcons are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is now 24. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly, so you know they'll be squeezing.
But first down, Hurts. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing is Hurts. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flushed out right. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. This is Smith. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They'll run with Sanders. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Here's Hurts to throw. Touchdown, Panthers. Laviska Shenault from 4 yards out. And the Panthers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Hurts will throw. And that's caught at the 2. And he will not make it to the goal line. The defense holds him here. And this is still a 3-score game as the lead remains 18. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
They'll run it now with Robinson. And he'll go down at the 28. 89 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap the
touchdown Falcons. Kyle Pitts, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Falcons are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Hurts. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. That is caught by Thielen. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Goes right back to Smith again. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves them with a 1st and goal. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Miles Sanders, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Panthers are able to cut into that deficit. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Isabella now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the 4th quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. This went into the hands of Pitts. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there, 22. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Ritter and the Falcons need an answer and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
This is fielded at the 7. So call that a 56-yard punt with a return of about 11. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points and there's some plays